Cliff.
How you want to fuck this pig?
First.
The letter Kenny saying.
Yeah,
I'll let you guys have seconds.
How are we gonna unfuck this pig?
We're gonna unfuck this pig.
They say that and fuck.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah, if they got a project, they go, how you want to fuck this pig? Just a Canadian way of saying that. You know, how you want to attack this bitch?
No, we get it. We understood.
Do you though? Because you're black, Teddy. I don't think.
Yeah, Teddy's like,
people,
we
I
eat
think, would
pigs.
just
We
be
don't
like-
fuck them.
Teddy would just be like, you
I
want to
mean,
fuck
really,
a pig? Fuck
You
you,
want
I'm
to
out.
fucking yeah, I've been out, bro. I've been out. I am in the car down the street. Where'd Teddy go?
Yeah. Teddy's drinking somewhere already. He found a bar down the road.
Where'd Teddy go?
Yeah. Peace. I'm out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This week on the Red Eye Report, tonight's episode, we're talking about nuclear fusion. And no,
What kind of fusion?
nuclear fusion.
Oh, I thought you said nuclear.
He did say nuclear.
And no, it's not that shitty jazz album that your high school art teacher played for you while trying to ply you with wine
Hey,
coolers.
that fucking album was shit.
Was shit. So yeah, with always, tonight we have the trash, whores and sluts, Oracle, Teddy and Mystic. And don't forget about the lovable tramp, me, Ashtray.
The trash has got to be one of the white guys because black trash doesn't roll
I'll
off the
be
tongue
white
like
trash.
white trash. Way to go. Way to take one for the team.
Right?
Yep.
I don't even have to be white trash. I am white trash.
It's true. Down to the bones. Down to his diabetic boot.
Damn right.
All right. So, what is fusion?
Always pause for the cause.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's
pause for the
right.
cause.
Oh, sorry.
Jiggles.
Weekly
Totally forgot.
benefit event for the Dane County Humane Society.
Yeah. This week, it goes out to Jiggles, the three-legged, 2,000-pound St. Bernard.
Jesus.
The big
That's
boy.
a huge bitch.
Yep, they have an entire ward sectioned off for Jiggles.
Yep. They have to bring in a whole chuck wagon every week, so that's why he needs your donations.
Yep.
And your
He
paws.
Just so you
not-
can
he needs to be
perpetuate his
starved.
suffering.
I mean,
Yep. To sustain
All
his
he wants to
kidneys.
do is die, but you just
Yeah.
we just won't let him die.
really. Is it the Beethoven actor, the dog from Beethoven? He's got old, and
Yeah, he's just
Right.
old as
Leg.
shit.
lost his leg.
They've kept him alive for 30 years.
They actually have
Yeah.
like
Just to
clockwork
make sequels.
orange fucking
Yeah.
things on his eyes. They make him watch Beethoven.
He's got to watch Beethoven and Beethoven second and
Look what you
however
did
many
to the
other
world.
Beethovens there were. Right? Look, when you used to be young, you had the world, all the kibble you could want. Anyways, so
Fuck 'em.
moving along, Teddy want to know what the hell happened. What's with all this nuclear stuff? And so what we're going to talk about tonight is fusion, but what most commonly people are used to with, say, like the power plant that Homer Simpson works in, or any of the power plants that we actually use today, is a process called fission. With fission reaction, you actually have big, fat fucking atoms, usually uranium, sometimes plutonium. And those atoms are of a particular isotope,
Am I
which
supposed
just
to be
means
playing a video right now?
oh, you could click on that. Yeah, fission versus fusion. It'll just show some animations in the background. But with fission, they fire a stray neutron. It'll hit these big fat atoms and breaks them apart. And as it breaks apart, it releases more neutrons, which fly around and hit other big fat uranium. And that becomes a sustaining process. And that's why it's called nuclear decay. And it gives off energy as well as those extra particles. Downside with fission is that it's also what makes all that radioactive waste. And can kill people. So with fusion, though, fusion is the opposite, where instead of hitting an atom and making it split apart, a big fat atom, fusion, you take smaller atoms, usually like helium or hydrogen, actually, and you compress it with enough force, you can actually force those two hydrogen atoms together and then create a helium atom. And it's actually what happens in the center of our sun and pretty much all stars, especially stars that are on the similar size to our sun and our solar system. The sun is so big. One fact I learned, though, is that the sun works because it is just so fucking ginormous. But if you were to take a cubic meter of the sun itself, it would produce, it actually produces less energy than the human body.
Really?
Yeah. So like comparatively, 1 cubic meter of sun gas by itself is producing less energy than our human body. But just how dense the sun is, that it actually has the gravity and heat to compress these hydrogen atoms together to form helium, and then it releases all these neutrons. It releases those neutrinos, those crazy little particles that are flying through us at all times.
I've heard that scientific term before.
Ninja Turtles, man.
The light and solar energy that warm and actually, gives all life here on Earth is essentially fueled by the warmth of the sun, and that root is called fusion. Now here on Earth, so the sun has the giant mass, and it also has, it's a collection of hydrogen atoms. So it's got, just a huge amount of mass. It's got everything it needs to create fusion, where on Earth, like, we actually have to create all the conditions, which is usually a high amount of energy and a high amount of pressure. And you need the right kind of atoms to fuse to get the proper results you're looking for. So there's a couple different types of it. This video you got here is a tokamak reactor, which is kind of, it's the type that some people may be familiar seeing pictures of. It looks like a big glowing donut.
How big is this thing?
I'm not sure how big that one is. There's one going up in France right now that's like, I don't know, size of like maybe 2 buses long. Like, it's a big,
pretty big.
Yeah.
2 buses long. If you see that picture in the outline, there's this one looks like it's like at least 5 stories tall in relation to the floors.
Is this the same concept as a super collider? As the burn collider thing?
Yeah, I was curious about that, like a hadron collider.
Yeah, nope, it's not the same thing. Well, the hadron collider is, I mean, it's the same concept of trying to, get particles to collide. But with the collider, they're actually like racing them on a track and then hitting each other. With the fusion reactor, this glowing donut you see is actually it's a plasma chamber. If you scroll down a little further, you'll see like a cutaway, which makes a little more sense. So inside this donut, they heat up plasma, but there's also a magnetic field. So like that glowing donut is not touching the actual wall surface because of this magnetic field is what like they use to kind of keep that plasma in place. And they then fire it up, and as that plasma heats up, they start seeding it with hydrogen. And actually, so here's the important thing is, like, you can't just take any old hydrogen. You can, but like, you don't get the reaction of just taking 2 standard hydrogen atoms and colliding together. It's very brief, and it almost instantly decays back into 2 hydrogen. Like, you stick them together, but they'll just as fast like pop back out, and the energy you get out of it is not really worth it. But if you take deuterium and tritium, the deuterium is basically a hydrogen with an extra hydrogen or an extra neutron, whereas tritium is hydrogen with 2 extra neutrons. So it's like extra heavy hydrogen. If you take those 2 and put those, it's basically like a special type of hydrogen. Stick those in there, they have a higher probability of actually like they fuse together and form helium-4. And that reaction itself just gives off like a 17.6 mega electron volts, which like whatever the fuck that means. In comparison, take the fission, like our current plants, uranium atom 235, that gives off 200 mega electron volts. But you have to keep in mind that uranium 235 is like 4 times as dense. So like per weight, the helium-4, even though it's only giving out 17.6, is actually giving you out 4 times as much energy as that dirty fissionable material. And it doesn't actually
that doesn't create any radioactive side effect, does it?
Exactly. There's no like waste, because with fission you're breaking apart an atom and then you got this radioactive junk, you know, that's left over.
So what happens to this stuff when you fuse it together? Like, where does it go?
So when it fuses together, it creates helium-4, and that, and also then energy and stuff that comes with it. And apparently, like in theory, they're going to try to make it where they'll actually be able to generate and create helium, because helium is one of those elements that we have a limited supply of here on Earth.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And we're like at some point are going to run out.
Yeah, they would fill my son's balloons at fucking Party City because they said they were out of helium.
Oh,
I had to buy a tank. So the other two, the hydrogens that they use, the deuterium and the tritium, whatever. Are we able to make those? Because uranium is found in the Earth, right? Is that where we get it from?
Yep, and the uranium itself, yeah, is a natural element, but the uranium 235 is so that's why we're talking about multiple hydrogens and multiple uraniums.
Right, for the hydrogens, can we make those ourselves, or do we have to find those?
So it turns out it's a great segue there, Teddy, because the deuterium is actually fairly common in seawater. It's like 0.02% of all the hydrogen atoms in seawater are deuterium. It sounds like 0.02% is not much, but you think about the fucking ocean, it's a lot. And it's actually, I didn't know this, but deuterium is commonly referred to as heavy water.
Okay,
have you heard of those heavy water experiments?
I've never heard of heavy water. No.
How they're detecting those neutrinos down in like Antarctica. They have this big, deep fucking pit or whatever filled with heavy water, and it's like in a way can be hit by these neutrinos every once in a while. So heavy water is it's hydrogen with an extra neutron in
that's
its
what they
nucleus.
feed Jiggles.
Yeah, Jiggles had too much heavy water, and that's why he's 2,000 pounds. The thing is, the deuterium, while it's like common enough and we can manufacture it, like filter it out of seawater and stuff, based on its extra neutron, like you can scientifically you can actually boil it out separated from the other hydrogen. But let's talk about the other fucking sister here, tritium. Tritium is hydrogen with 2 neutrons. That motherfucking shit is super rare. So, and it pretty much only comes from, or at least where we can gather it, is those spent fuel rod pools. Like, do you remember when Fukushima was on the fritz and they were showing, like those fuel rod pools? It's where they take the old fuel rods from fission plants and stick them in this water, and it itself is actually heavy water. So that water that's around those fuel rods, keeping them cool, it's deuterium, deuterium. And so it's got 1 extra neutron, but because it's absorbing those extra neutrons flying off of that fuking fissionable material, some of it turns into tritium. So they can actually harvest it.
Can you get from anywhere else but besides plants? It's kind of weird that you have to do fission to get. Here's
the catch. Yeah, that's like you're saying. That seems weird because, right now the estimated total global supply is 20 kilograms.
Damn.
Wow.
20 kilograms, like 50 pounds. So it's estimated the cost is about $1 million an ounce right now.
Wow.
The thing is that they also estimate that the Tokamak type plant would need 300 grams a day just to make 800 megawatts of energy.
What?
So in theory, that means you'd burn through the Earth's supply of tritium in 2 months. However, fucking science, alchemy, really, and you see that diagram of the slice of the reactor. There's a thing called the breeding blanket. The breeding blanket is this area of particles that are added into the plasma chamber that are still held within the magnetic field, but they absorb the flying neutrons out of the plasma fusion reaction. In absorbing those neutrons, they heat up, and then they send the heat to the cooling channel, which is like, then it goes right back to the old fucking classic steam turbine power plant, like all our power plants basically do. But that breeding blanket, they know that if you put lithium atoms in there, when those fucking neutrons hit it, it splits them and it turns it into tritium and helium-4, so they can create the tritium that they need within the process itself. This is the scientific theory, yeah. Like, but basically it's like, well, if we feed it, now it didn't really say, how much lithium you actually need to keep that going, because lithium's another thing we're running out of. But now, so that's for the while was the Tokamak was the leading fucking method until
How long have they been doing that? Like 10
they've been
years?
trying different iterations. So like the thing is, like, they get reactions. They do create fusion events, and that's the thing too, is like creating fusion. We've been doing that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
The trick that we're trying to do, though, is to create a fusion reaction where more energy comes out of that reaction than is put into it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, in a way, that becomes self-sustaining. So the one that they just had a whole like kerfuffle about news announcement that like was very vague. You scroll down a bit, it was the it's kind of called inertial confinement fusion. It's that one, yeah, inertial confinement fusion, which uses a CPA method called chirped pulse amplification, which I was like, what the fuck is that? It's like, just so we take a short laser beam and then we stretch out the pulse and then we reduce its peak power and then we amplify. It's like, that makes no goddamn sense. Go down to that video, you'll see it says how the arc laser works. You click on that, actually kind of a cool animation, and shows you just to what degree of a huge facility and path that these lasers go on in this method. So instead of creating a big donut of plasma with a magnetic field and heating it up, this facility is I believe it's got the record still. It's the largest like lasers in the fucking world right now. And so it's got 192 laser beams that they focus on in this chamber. They focus it on it's basically a little canister about the size of, a small pencil box. And then inside that is this special fuel, which is actually the same deuterium and tritium.
This looks like the Star Wars
I know,
Death
look at-
Star.
I'm looking at this shit like, what the fuck is that?
So like,
Are they blowing up the
like
planet?
they
What the
fly
fuck
it
is
down.
going on?
Watch, here's where it gets to that chirpy thing where it starts splitting it up, and it starts like kind of slicing the pulse into wide beams. Somehow, this is a method that was first written about and was started working on in 1985 by Donna Strickland and Gerard Moreau. And they did eventually win the 2018 Nobel Prize in Physics for this chirped pulse amplification of a way of like taking a laser beam and fucking stretching out the waves and amplifying them, and then releasing them all crammed back in a small pulse, and you actually like make a more powerful output than you had with the input. I don't really know exactly how it works, but nonetheless, they have to shine those 192 laser beams perfectly. And they have to arrive simultaneously on the little target pellet. It's about the size of a peppercorn. And they have to be, yes, it's within a millisecond of each other, like all at the same time. And the pellet has to be perfectly round with no imperfections. The lens has to be perfect. Because like whenever there's an imperfection, like they'll get some sort of a reaction, but like it does not give out what they're, what mathematically says like may be achievable and what they're trying for. So this though, they put in, it was the laser energy that went in was 2.05 megajoules, and the actual fusion reaction, sorry, had a 3.15 megajoules. So this is the first time where it's like energy out was more than the energy that went in. Now here's catch. Of course, all these vague news articles like, oh my God, it's just breakthrough, bro. It's like, okay, yeah, it's a breakthrough, but remind you, it's also a breakthrough within those metrics of like, we got more energy out of that little experiment.
Yeah, we're still a long ways away.
So those lasers you saw,
we're getting jets and cars. You're not gonna fuck this up for us, Mystic.
Yeah, you can click that other one, laser beam path or whatever.
Getting jets and cars.
These fucking lasers. In this huge facility, that animation that you see, like those tunnels that's going down and stuff, that's 3 football fields long.
Holy shit.
They like fire back this, like the lasers, they bounce them back and forth and like get them real fucking riled up and
get them real riled up
and fire them all at once.
Piss them lasers off.
So it took the laser power that went in, remember, was 2.05 megajoules, and the output was 3.15. Now, to actually charge those lasers up, and like you see in this animation, where they're fucking firing those laser beams back and forth and bouncing them and charging them up, it took 384 to 400 megajoules.
Oh.
just to charge the facility up.
Right.
So essentially, it's 130 megajoules of power to do the experiment per megajoule that they got out of it. And it takes hours. Like normally, they only fire that thing once a day. Like it takes time to get that whole fucking, So this is still just like an experimental facility. This is in no way a plant.
This is the equivalent of that dude standing on that 2-story building with those like fucking wings arms that you see in the footage where he jumps off and just hits the ground. This is what that is.
Yep.
He stayed elevated for fucking half a second, guys.
Yeah, right. He got a good tailwind.
Yeah. We are far away from this shit. 3 football fields long.
Yeah, 3 football fields long, and it takes.
Was it? Did you say 200 fucking something lasers? 240 lasers.
192 lasers.
192 lasers.
400 megajoules of fucking power.
Yep, to get 3.15.
We're getting jets and cars.
And so, yeah, it's like, within the metrics of the actual fusion experiment in that little capsule, you got, you broke the barrier, the net energy barrier, but
it is still a breakthrough, though. You know what I mean?
It does take all these stupid little steps. But also, though, it's like if you look at that diagram of the tokamak reactor, it's like those reactors seem almost much more engineered to be something that actually like generates power.
Mm-hmm. In what country?
Where this is still just an experiment.
What country was this in where this breakthrough was made?
U.S.
Yeah, this is in California, where this
It sucks because it's not when they finally get it to work right. It's not gonna empower people's lives. They're gonna make a bomb out of it.
Yeah, they're gonna make a weapon.
Yeah, they're gonna make a fucking weapon. That's thing to do with.
Skid Row is just gonna a bunch of homeless people are gonna move into the laser facility and start shitting all over the place and shooting meth.
What?
Shooting meth.
The homeless camps will just be in the parking lot.
Right.
Oh yeah.
They'll feed we've run out of tritium. All right, well, let's just start throwing homeless people in the reactor and see what happens.
You're right.
Man, they must have been smoking strong meth.
Welcome.
Right? They probably got all kinds of heavy water in them. All right. Well, that's my little spiel on fusion. Fusion. Moving along to Oracle. What's sexy about your tires?
Tires. So we just got some snow.
Go round and round.
Yep. Got some snow in Wisconsin and other parts of the country. And I got
Do you
new
all put
tires.
chains on up there?
No, we don't put chains on.
Mm.
But got some new tires about a month ago, and when I first, because it snowed before, and I was like fucking sliding all over the place, just trying to stop, and we had like an inch of snow at that time. I'm like, okay, this is not good. So bought some more aggressive, just all season tires, and
make a difference.
Makes a big fucking difference. If I had snow tires, that would be fantastic, but I'm not gonna pay that kind of money and
and you gotta store
them and everything. But man, got some good years. They were on sale for like $100 a pop. Big
you got some
difference.
shitty tires.
Hey man, save all the drive in.
I've got all season tires on my car, and they're like like $900.
Yeah, and you live in Tennessee, man.
Yeah.
$900. What the fuck, dude?
What kind of vehicle do you drive again, Teddy?
Nissan Altima.
Yeah, like how are these tires that expensive?
Close to $600.
I have to look and see how much it was. I can't remember, but it was more than fucking $500. Not that much.
My tires on my car were like 500. Teddy, where the fuck are you getting tires from?
They're ripping your ass off, dude.
Yeah,
mine are
spinning rims come with them.
Dude, mine are 16-inch fucking tires.
It was probably around $600-700, but I got to look at the shit.
Because Ultimas have 15-inch, I think.
They're
full size. They probably got 16s.
Yeah.
Would you buy some fucking high-end Pirellis?
No, they don't sell Pirelli. They don't. I couldn't get Pirellis down here.
I gotta say though,
I did not get the cheap ones though. I know that much. I didn't get the $100 tires.
I gotta say though, with the snow and stuff, we had, I don't know, probably like 7-8 inches around here, and right away this morning, plows were going and everything. Didn't see a single person in the ditch, as I'm driving in, and just.
All thanks to your snow tires?
Well, not thanks to... It's just
the whole time.
People know how to drive in the snow around here.
Dude, it's so retarded.
They absolutely do.
Yeah, but down here, it'll be an inch. It'll snow an inch, and you'll see fucking people in fucking ditches flipped over and shit.
Down here too.
And I'm like, how the fuck?
Yeah,
that is the one thing.
That is the one thing that I enjoyed about living in central Wisconsin was that when they had snow, they are fucking prepared.
They're fucking on top of it, man.
They get that shit done, dude.
Yeah, I was seriously impressed because, I'm driving at 7:00 in the morning. Fucking stuff is cleared out. And it was a considerable amount of snow, really heavy snow that was bringing trees down and shit.
They know it's gonna snow, and until these trucks will go and spray this little shit on the road. And I'm like, salt, retard. I'm like, salt, man. It doesn't do anything. I'm like, just salt.
Just pour the salt all over it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Good, dude. Yeah, I remember going from Marshfield to Point in school, and if you caught it right, you could just follow a truck, follow a fucking plow the whole way down 10. It was fucking great.
Yeah.
Well, nice tires. All right, moving along. Teddy, high on life.
High on life. Roll that beautiful bean footage. This is a first-person shooter that's created by Squanch Games. I guess that's the video game company of the guys who did what's the Rick and Morty and
nice.
Yeah, the opposites on Hulu. Solar opposites. Yeah. The game is very funny. It's pretty much the premise is an alien cartel called G3 has hijacked Earth because people are getting high on humans. The aliens are getting high on humans.
Eating humans, or what are they doing to them?
Getting high on humans.
Ow.
Ignoring them? What are they doing? Licking their asshole?
Oh no, they just put them in like a bong and shit and fucking getting high.
So yeah, it kills the human.
Yeah, it does. It does kill the human. It's not good for him.
Not good for him.
It's not good for him. Not good for him.
You rescue a gun called a Gatling, which turns out it's voiced by the guy who does Morty. You need to save his friends. You take down his cartel, and that's you become a bounty hunter. That's pretty much what it is. It's a funny it's really fucking funny. The enemies chatter and the guns chatter a lot. You can you can turn those down or make it more if you want to. It's really cool. The first gun is Morty. The second gun I got was JB Smooth, who's a black comedian. It's a pretty funny game.
So each game kind of has its own character. I mean, each gun has its own character.
Each gun is different. It's a different gun, and it also has a different voice and character. Yeah, it's funny.
Is it just single player?
It is single player. It is on Game Pass. But it is free on Game Pass. You want to check it out? It is pretty funny. So
cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna play it after the show.
Moving along to Mystic. So rock your mama.
So I was just it was suggested to me in the YouTube algorithm, and usually shit that gets suggested to me is just lame as fuck. But when I saw the picture of this, I was like, this chick's kind of hot. Let me see what this is about. And she can fucking rap, dude. I'll tell you that right now. She can fucking rap. She has incredible flow, and I had to explain this to a 20-some-year-old kid what flow really was. It was like,
because they don't do it anymore.
I don't get it. What do you mean? Like, I'm like, flow, motherfucker. Like, being able to like fucking sing 24 bars of fucking rap and not, not fucking go in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I like her voice. I like her fucking the way the beats are, and I wouldn't fuck with her. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, she's pretty cute too, man.
Where's she out of? Do you know?
DC.
DC, yeah.
I think that's what she says in one of her songs from the south side of DC.
Word.
Anyway, yeah, check it out.
Check out the rock.
Now.
All right. As voted on by Reader's Digest. Moving along to what's sexy? Me. And my new rubbers. You see, it's even deeper today. This fucking puddle. That is.
She always is.
To the side of where my assigned parking spot is. It's just like fucking gross.
Do you not have a?
Really?
It is.
Can't just park somewhere else.
I mean, really? I mean, this.
No, I mean, there's only.
How big can the parking lot possibly be?
There's 3 spots, and it's right next to where I mean, there's kind of a similar puddle on the other passenger side too, where the other tenant has to get in, but
that's such a dank ass puddle, dude.
It is.
Go buy some.
I need to put some like brick pavers in there, or something,
or mulch or something. Put some of that
on. Because the problem too is it's a tight parking area, so like you kind of have to cut over that area too, so your vehicle tire just always keeps rutting right there. Man, I mean, this is my first winter here, so it's like I'm glad I picked up a new pair. Cause
you seriously have to wear those to get into your car every day?
When the weather's like this, yeah.
Now,
I'd be bitching to the landlord.
Right.
You got to put some gravel down in this motherfucker or something like what?
Or something. What's the deal? Yeah.
Does that go over your shoes? Can you just wear your regular shoes?
That's the thing. The rubber over boots, they're just like my grandfather. This time I got a pair just like he used to have, where it's a full metal clasp.
Would you pay for those?
I think for those they were maybe $75-$80.
So you paid $80 for boots
to get in your car.
You to get in your car when you could have just called your landlord.
No, these were replacing. I had a pair of rubbers prior to this.
It's still the sentiment stands. You have to wear other shoes to get into your vehicle, dude. Like, what do you do? Get into them and then take them off before you start driving, so you don't get mud all over your car?
No. They just you take them off when you get to work. You put your boots, your whole shoe slips right in them. They just go right over your.
I get that, but when you get into your car, is it all muddy now too because you got mud?
No,
all over
I mean
your
I've got the big fucking deep rubber floor mats and stuff. So,
now is that at your place or is that at your work?
This is at my place.
Okay, at your place.
My parking spot behind my apartment.
You are really a country boy. Like, instead of just calling your landlord and being like, dude, I'm not walking through fucking.
Yeah, just that. Well, just gotta get my rubbers on.
That's pretty fucking bad.
It's just part of going to work.
There are so many fuckers. I just imagine. I mean, do other people in your immediate area, are they having to walk through this shit? Because I guarantee they don't have those fucking rubbers.
There's a good couple inches onto the driver's side door of my neighbor's car. I mean, there's just 3 spots.
You can't park on the street.
You can, but it's every other side parking right now because the winter fucking rules. It's hard to find.
Every other what now?
Every other side, or every other day, or even side, or even days you park on the even side. Odd days you park on the other side of the street. It's just paying the dick when
plowing. So if it snows,
they'll absolutely nail you with a ticket in Madison.
In the
it's happened in Milwaukee where they have to get it plowed. They will just literally plow through your car. They will push the motherfucker out of the way and they will plow through.
Milwaukee rules.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if there's a baby in the fucking car.
Like these plow drivers are just like that.
Baby on board, get the fuck out of the way.
Call the insurance company.
Yeah, right. File a report with a complaint with the city. Good luck.
Basically.
Fuck. All right. Gonna move along now. Trucking it to our Fuck What You Think section. We'll start this time with Teddy, Gotham Knights DLC.
Oh, okay. No, they're pulling a Teddy, just jumping around the list there.
Yeah,
all right. Don't take my shit, bro. That was mine. It was fun to do. Catch people off guard, like, oh, I'm
right. Keep on the toes.
So Gotham Knights, the whole little Batman game, you get to play as the Bat family. The game was all right. You finish it. Once you finish it, though, all there is to do is run around the city and try to. It's a
just whoop people.
Yeah, pretty much do the same crimes and try to get heroic gear or try to get legendary gear. They were coming out with this DLC. It's called the Hero Path of Hero Legends or whatever. Path of Bullshit is what it is. It's 40 floors. And the whole premise is Starro is at the 40th floor or whatever, and every 10th floor you fight some Starro themed or Starro taking over faction of people. But you pretty much go through the 40 floors, which you thought were cool. We're like, awesome, new DLC, something to do. But the thing about this game is when you're running around trying to get the legendary loot in the original game, in the original shit, you still get low level shit. I'm like, why am I getting low level shit? I've been level 40 for fucking 2-3 weeks. So
it's the
same. we start the new shit, right? This new 40 floor shit, and we were all excited. But it only lets you start at level 1 for one, and you can't increase or decrease the difficulty to get better loot. And the enemy start off at level 20 or some shit. And I'm like I said, we're level 40. We have legendary shit already, so we're just knocking the fuck out of people, which is not really challenging. But we're also getting level 20 shit, like rated shit. I'm like, we shouldn't be doing. And it's all floors are always they got pretty much like 10 fucking floors, and they all are themes for the floors, and they all just interchange and shit. But it's not very fun. It's not what we waited for. I mean, it's in the fact that I'm yet to get level 40 shit for my guy. We've gone through all these floors. It's fucking annoying. I'm like, it's.
How much did they charge for this DLC?
The DLC was free.
Okay. Well.
The DLC was free.
Yeah, you paid for.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Red Dead did the same shit when they came out with the Capital fucking shit that they did. It was like we were getting stuff because I was like a level 300 and something, and I'm getting shit like it started all over. Like I'm getting like level 1 stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, what the fuck,
like pick
man?
it up and throw it down.
Yeah, like what are we? Why
Like,
am I
what do
getting
we?
this?
Yeah,
It's a
why am I
waste of
getting
shit.
this?
I have the in-game equivalent of like $5 million in the Wild West. I could buy anything in the game. Why? You know what I mean? Make some new fucking content that we're getting. Like, why am I even playing this?
Yeah.
I hear you. That's got to be frustrating.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I want to get legendary. I want to get more legendary shit. I mean, I don't mind the loot grind. It's fun, but give me something to grind for. I mean, when you do this in the division, it's you'll get level 40 shit. You don't get, like, after a while you only get legendary shit because there's no reason to give you anything purple, green.
Exactly.
It's fucking retarded. Just give them fucking. And I'm like, at this point in time, why not just do that? Why do these games still fucking give you? We're gonna give you a level 19 blue. I'm like, awesome. It's in the trash. What the fuck? I just wasted my time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Sold it back to the game for fucking 4 credits.
You can't sell it back. You can only
At least in Red Dead you could sell it back.
God, right? Fucking grinding. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. All right, moving along.
Time for that.
Fucking Mystic, Amsterdam.
All right,
Amsterdam.
so I was like, I saw this on HBO. I was like, man, that's a pretty big star-studded fucking cast. We got Christian Bale. We got fucking Denzel Washington's son, whatever his name is. Margot Robbie. We got fucking Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying?
What's the name of the show?
Movie's called Amsterdam.
Oh, Amsterdam.
Oh, the movie.
It's a hot piece of shit.
Oh, is it?
I'm gonna tell you that right now. I watched an hour of it, and I was like, I barely knew what was going on because it tries to pull the Pulp Fiction, like, let's jump around and explain things to you. You know,
Yeah,
kind of like a Guy Ritchie film in that aspect,
but like, do it in a shitty way.
But Guy Ritchie does it where you can understand what's going on. Like, this is like, all right, where am I now? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing now? What
context?
Yeah, it's I don't know. It just wasn't that great wasn't very well written.
What's it on?
Did you finish it?
HBO Max. No, I only watched like an hour and a half of it. Like,
maybe it gets really good after you put up with the bullshit.
I doubt it because I was reading reviews on it today and it just fucking slammed. It's just horrible.
Was this ever in theaters? Was it just like
it was one of the. It was only in theaters for like a month. It literally like
I think it
did that shitty that it just got pulled right away.
Yeah. Denzel Washington, he plays in some weird movies like Tenet and shit. I had to watch it twice.
Tenet's that is a weird motherfucker.
Yeah, I saw them watch that a second time.
Dude,
I liked it though, but that was Christopher Nolan on mushrooms writing a movie, basically.
Right.
Yeah, it was. It's
I liked him in Black Klansman. He was really good in that.
He was really good in Black Klansman. Yeah. That shit was good. I did get almost an altercation in the movie theater.
Did that Avatar movie come out?
Really?
Yet?
Yeah.
Because at the end of that movie where they show the people, the guy running to the crowd, and they show the people beating on the car, and they show him backing up.
Oh yeah.
And I started laughing. They were like, "It's not funny." I'm like, "It is. That's a fucking Challenger. Why would you go to the back of it after you plow through people, not having where to go, bang on the back of his car? He's gonna back up.
That thing. Yeah, right.
He's gotta back up. Stupid motherfuckers, move." But they were like, "No,
we're gonna take down this fucking car with 600 horsepower."
Right.
Oh, okay. Yes. No, you're all just gonna get fucking run over.
Get fucking run over. That's a Challenger. Move.
Yeah. Anyway. Avatar came out tonight at midnight, I think, or comes out tonight.
Oh, just this one. I was wondering if.
Yep.
I don't know. I was reading old fucking, of course, James Cameron was like, "Oh, there's fucking something new I can't do without making a new camera."
Dude, fuck him. I'm sorry, but like,
Cameron?
What did we wait? 15 years? How many years ago did fucking
13,
Avatar
something like
come
that?
Are you kidding? And now he's like, "Oh, here's 6 more of them. Fuck off." Fuck you, you fucking presumptuous cunt. We've moved on.
Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, fucking Alita Battle Angel. Where the hell is that?
Fucking shit. It's.
I like that.
Yeah, the
fucking
movie. It was great, and then
but
they
it had
just
a lot more story that
stopped.
needed to be spanned out. Yeah. Did Cameron do that one too, or is that a whole different?
Yeah, no, Cameron did that one. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did that.
He did Battle. He did really?
Yeah,
I didn't know he did that.
He stopped. He did. Yeah. As soon as he got done with that, he started on the new Avatar.
Well, he was supposed to film all of the sequels at once.
Yeah, I thought they did that with this one.
So that it was like the actors didn't age that much and shit.
Oh, so like with this most recent one, the other sequels will come out very shortly.
Like very shortly after.
Okay.
But how does it take 13 fucking years?
I don't know. There's one article I was reading was talking about 400. This one scene, this effect scene, where it's just like, oh yeah, this file was labeled something 400, and it's like that means it's the 400th iteration of us trying to get this effect right.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Yeah,
he probably spent more money on the visual effects in that movie than a lot of movies spend for their entire budget.
Yeah, honestly. Well, supposedly he had to make some fucking new
shit ton of money.
New cameras again.
He had to make a new camera again.
Supposedly, yeah. I don't know. It's like, why the cameras you made for the first Avatar are already out of date? What?
Yeah, it's been 13 years. That software doesn't work anymore. Can't find the plugin for that shit.
Have you seen Future Man?
You're right.
Any of you?
Yeah.
Firewire cables. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Future Man. Remember, like the fucking like James Cameron?
Yeah, super villain James Cameron.
Super villain James Cameron. That shit is so
the ultimate evil James Cameron will be home in 5 minutes.
All right. Moving on, I believe, to our last Oracle. Last second huge assignment.
Yeah, last second huge assignment. So
sounds fun.
Yeah, in this class, there are these group things, which I've bitched about before, having group assignments or whatever. And it's fine. Okay, whatever. You do the group assignment. But then don't change the group at the end of the fucking semester. Like, okay, here's a new group and here's a completely new thing to work on, this huge assignment, this huge document. It's like, there's no cohesion here. Everybody at this point is just no rapport. Everybody's just like, fuck, I just want this to be over with. It seems unnecessarily painful. And I don't think you're really going to get that great of output from it. But that's just my bitching about that shit.
Who pulled this on you? The fucking teachers?
Yeah, just a professor, and it's like,
because you're detached from them as a human.
Yeah, as a human. Well, so it was like this. I had to write this like security guideline policy procedures for cybersecurity, and it's just these documents, they can go on. This can be like a 20-page document, and it's like, okay, here you go, do this. And also, like, that's what there's an entire class that I'm taking on writing that, and we haven't done that yet. So it's like we're not even coming into this with a lot of knowledge. This isn't what this class was about. And it's like, oh, well, here you go, kids. Try this out. It's like, fucking A, dude.
It's a dick move.
Yeah, it just seems kind of unnecessary, Whatever, it's over with. But
I had a professor once tell us
you got the assignment done.
Yeah.
I had a professor once tell us we were going to make a TV show, 6-episode TV show. That was like the whole premise of the class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she had no idea how to edit. Like, she knew the concept of it. She had no idea how to work any software.
So she's like, all right, go edit it now.
Yeah, we were like, what do you mean? Like, what, like, this is like a 200 level class. Like, we barely know how to put shit on a timeline. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what? She's like, yeah, well, we'll figure it out. Okay, yeah, we didn't.
Yeah.
We never figured it out.
Yeah, so would you just have storyboards then?
Pretty much. Like, we didn't even really create it. We just kind of made it. Like, she was a horrible professor. She was a fucking flighty dumbass.
Yeah, it's just like, okay,
and sometimes it's like, how do they get these jobs?
Right?
Why? Because it's an expensive art school.
Yeah.
They'll hire anyone.
Well, and it's like, okay, well, give us something that we could invest ourselves into, not some fodder that we're just like, well, we just got to get through this. We just got to get the grade. The fuck are we getting from that?
Yeah. Hands-on is way. That's why I hate fucking. I really wish. I've said this before. I really wish I had just gone to tech school. Because hands-on, I feel, is just so much more important.
Well, yeah.
For what I'm doing, anyway. I mean,
you get the technicality side of it and worry about the art later.
Right, exactly. Like, they're not creating artists. Like, when you went to school, Ashtray, you already had artistic ability. You know what I'm saying? They showed you how to turn that into a career by letting you do it hands-on. Not, oh, let's take modern media aesthetics.
Right.
What the fuck does that even mean? You know what I'm saying? Like what does media look like nowadays? I can watch TV. I could tell you what it looks like. Why am I taking a whole class on it? The theoretical part of fucking college, 4-year college, is just bullshit.
Oh yeah. Well, and all that. I mean, yeah, you get broader, better art history understanding, but how do you actually make art today, motherfucker?
Right, and that would be fine if that's what I was going for, art history. But I wasn't. I was going for video production. I just want to produce this. I want to know how to make it. I don't give a fuck who invented the camera.
Yeah, right.
I can Google that.
Exactly. And on that
note, it was the
note,
Lumiere brothers, by the way.
Lumiere brothers. Charlie was the worst.
Fucking dickhead.
He was.
All right. In all seriousness, go fuck yourself, Stanley Steamer. That's our show. We're going to be here every Wednesday or Thursday night at 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/redeyereport.
Mario?
Duck Hunt.
We're not on Twitter. So fuck yourself, Elon. He misses us.
Fuck Elon.
He writes us every day. He's in our DMs. Just fucking trying to suck our knobs. Anyways, I'm the Ashtray.
I'm Marco.
I'm Mystic.
And I'm Teddy telling Ashtray, I need some more ladders, buddy.
Oh, Jesus. Already?
Good Lord. You go through a lot of lighters.
Did Teddy just go mute?
No, I'm just ignoring you motherfuckers. I don't. And this is the Red Eye Report.
Down.
Diddy, let's do.